This is QTV News coming to you from our studios on Caraba Avenue. Let's take a look at the headlines. The two people accused over the murder of two police officers in September appeared at the High Court on Thursday. Lieutenant General Yankuba A. Drame formally handed over the baton of command of the Gambia Armed Forces on Thursday to the new CDS, Major General Mamat O. Cham. The Gambia's Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow welcomed 5 newly appointed magistrates to the bench during a formal swearing-in ceremony at his office in Banjul on Wednesday. In business news, the Al Bayrak Holding, Alport Group, winning bidders of the Gambia Ports Concession Extension and Deep Sea Construction, held a press briefing on the update to the public about the project. The Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized a day-long forum for women entrepreneurs to enhance the quality of Gambia-made products. Those were the headlines, and now we look at the news in detail. You're watching QTV News, and I am Andy Kerma. The two people accused over the murder of 2 police officers last month appeared at the High Court on Thursday and are yet to be indicted. During Thursday's hearing, the prosecution requested an adjournment as it needed more time to study the case file, which it received the day before, to file a bill of indictment. QTV's Momodu Laminchoy was in court, and he has the latest.
It is now 1 month since the shooting to death of 2 police officers and the serious wounding of 1 in the same incident. At the High Court in Banjul, the 2 people accused in connection with the crime, Usman Bojang and Ami Bojang, are being escorted to the High Court of the Gambia for the beginning of a criminal trial. Previously, the 2 had appeared before the Kanifing Magistrate Court, where the police charged Usman Bojang for murder and an act of terrorism, while Ami Bojang was charged as an accessory to murder. These are capital offences that cannot be heard by a magistrate, which led to the case being referred to the High Court of the Gambia. The Chief Justice reassigned the case to Justice Ibrahim Ajete of the High Court. Thursday, the 12th of October, marks the first time the court is hearing this matter. Leading the state prosecution team is the Director of Public Prosecution, Consul Abdurrahman M. Yusuf. Consul Lamin J. Dabo is representing Usman Bojang, while Consul Lamin K. Mboch represents the second accused, Ami Bojang. The Director of Public Prosecution is the first to address the court. He applied for an adjournment, revealing that the prosecution received the case file from the police a day ago and that the state needed more time to study it and file a bill of indictment, which is a written statement of accusations against an accused. The prosecution commits that by the 19th of October it will file a bill of indictment. Although the defense lawyers did not object to this, Consul Mboch raised a concern, arguing that, quote, "The delay in the prosecution of the case is a gross violation of the fundamental human rights of the accused." End of quote. Having had arguments from both the prosecution and the defense, Justice Jaita grants the application for adjournment and directed that the state file a bill of indictment on or before the 20th of October and scheduled the court to convene for plea taking on the 24th of October at 12 noon. It is on this day that the judge will read the charges by the state against the accused and allow each to enter their pleas in response. Following that ruling, Consul Mboch, lawyer for the second accused, informed the court that he had filed an originating summons on the 26th of September, asking the High Court to grant bail to his client due to her quote-unquote poor health condition and the fact that she is a mother of 7 school-going children. Consul Yusuf, the respondent for the state, confirms receiving this application on Monday and that they wanted to prepare a response by next week, Thursday, the 19th of October. Consul Mboch objected to the prosecution's request for more time, stressing the health condition of his client, and argues that the state ought to have responded within 48 hours after receiving his summons. Justice Jaita interjects and clarifies that in accordance with the rule of the courts on originating summons, the state is bound to reply within 8 days. Justice Jaita adjourns the hearing on the originating summons to the 26th of October. Also, Consul Lamin J. Dabo, defense lawyer for the first accused, informs the court that on the 10th of October, he filed an originating summons before the High Court, requesting bail for his client, relying on 2 provisions of the 1997 Constitution. Council Dabo recognizes that the state is still within the legal time limit to respond and asks the court for an adjournment to give the respondent an opportunity to reply to his application. Counsel A.M. Yusuf commits to the court that the state will file a response by the 17th of this month. Both applicants want their originating summons to be heard after the state files a bill of indictment to avoid being engaged in what Counsel Dabo describes as an academic exercise. Justice Jete adjourns the hearing for this application to the 24th of October. Mahmoud Lamin Choi, QTV News.
Lieutenant General Yankuba A. Drame formally handed over the baton of command of the Gambia Armed Forces on Thursday to the new CDS Major General Mamat O. Cham. The handover happened at the Defense Headquarters in Banjul. QTV's Ansumana Esonyasi witnessed the event, and he now reports.
When I joined this fine institution 39 years ago, it was the fulfillment of my cherished hopes and dreams as a young boy to serve my country in military uniform.
These words, the exchange and hoisting of a new flag, brings to an end what has been an illustrious career spanning almost 4 decades and signals the dawn of a new era for the Gambia Armed Forces. Lieutenant General Yankuba A. Drame served in the Army in various capacities, culminating in what he described as the highlight of his nearly 4 decades-long career, namely his appointment as Chief of Defense Staff in March 2020, making him the 9th Gambian to occupy the position of CDS since the establishment of the Gambia Armed Forces. However, looking back on his military service, particularly as CDS, retired Lieutenant General Drame says he is satisfied and grateful for what the Army has been able to achieve during his tenure.
Today, the Armed Forces has redeemed its image. The Armed Forces is a force to be reckoned with. Armed Forces we've earned the respect and admiration of all Gambians. Look at it this way. The National Human Rights Council, in the previous 2 reports, clearly indicates that the Gambia Armed Forces were reformed. The Armed Forces, there is nothing against the Gambia Armed Forces. That's quite commendable.
Furthermore, he thanks President Barrow for entrusting him with GAF's leadership for the last 3 years. To his men and the Gambian people, Lieutenant General Drame expressed gratitude. The GAF, he said, registered numerous achievements under his watch, including capacity building, strengthening of military-civil relations, strict adherence to regimentation, discipline and inter-service cooperation, and once more reiterated what has been the hallmark message of his tenure to men and women in the military: GAF must remain apolitical.
It is my strong conviction there's one thing we all share in common. That is this country. That is work towards the maintenance of peace and security in this country. It is my strong conviction at the time and today. No one single institution has got that monopoly to advance the subject of peace and security in this country without collaborative efforts, cohesion, and synergy amongst the services.
Meanwhile, he also stresses the need for the Army to remain united and respect civil authority as enshrined in the Constitution. Incoming CDS Major General Mamat O. Cham thanked President Barrow for his appointment and paid tribute to his predecessor for his selfless service to country, and went on to outline key priorities for his administration.
The armed forces under my command will remain loyal and uphold the tenets of our Constitution and rule of law. Therefore, all rewards, benefits, sanctions will be strictly based on merit, competence, commitment, and conduct.
Thursday's event was characterized by parades and military drills in honor of the outgoing CDS. Retired General Drame will be remembered by many for his outspokenness, especially against military involvement in politics and patriotism. Ansumana Esonyasi for QTV News.
The Gambia's Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow welcomed 5 newly appointed magistrates to the bench during a formal swearing-in ceremony at his office in Banjul on Wednesday. As Aliu Cisse reports, Chief Justice Jallow urged them to be independent, impartial, and of good conduct on and off the bench.
The 5 new magistrates are David Gomez, Thomas Fature, Ismail Diba, Esa Sar, and Musa F. Fofana. They all took the prescribed oaths of office and allegiance administered before Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow members of the Judicial Service Commission, and judges. The judiciary said the appointments followed a thorough scrutiny process. As he welcomed them to the bench, Hassan B. Jallow, Chief Justice of the Gambia, said this latest appointment is one of the steps in strengthening the operation of magistrate courts. Satisfied by their competence, he reminded them that their job is a challenging one, yet an honorable call to duty. He revealed that there are plans to appoint more magistrates.
You must be impartial. You must be independent, but you must be impartial. You must not be biased. You must be fair to all those who come before you, for that is your responsibility. You must discharge your duties also competently. You have a reasonable knowledge of the law, but you must continue to learn more. From the books, from consultations with your seniors, from their experiences, etc. You must continue to improve on your competence, your knowledge of the law, and also on your diligence. You must attend to your cases very, very diligently, avoid unnecessary delays, try and give every person, ensure that you give every person who comes before you a fair hearing and a timely rendition of your decisions. They always say justice delayed is justice denied, and justice is freshest when it is, earliest or soonest.
Justice Umar M. Jai, a judge of the Supreme Court, acknowledged the importance of magistrates in the justice delivery system as they are the first port of call for the majority of cases.
The delivery of justice is service to the people, and the magistrates' court and the magistrates in 90% of cases, if not more, or situations, are the first point of contact for the general public or for the population at large when it comes to justice delivery.
First-class magistrate Thomas Fuature, on behalf of his fellow sworn-in magistrates, welcomed their appointment as an incredible opportunity to serve the Gambia and thanked the judiciary for the trust bestowed on them. On behalf of his colleagues, he vowed they will uphold the principles of fairness, justice, integrity, and timely delivery of justice.
As newly appointed magistrates, we recognize the weight of our duty to dispense justice impartially and without prejudice. We understand that our decisions will impact the lives of individuals, families, and communities. Therefore, we vow to approach each case with utmost diligence, ensuring that the rule of law prevails and justice is served.
These appointments are aligned with the judiciary's vision, mission, and core values. It is hoped that these appointments will go some way towards addressing the backlog of cases in courts, thereby ensuring the quick but due dispensation of justice. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
We will now go for a commercial break. When we return, we have more local news stories. Do stay tuned.
No more leakage, cracks, or a broken roof? Batimat's got you covered. With its wide range of waterproofing products, from roofing systems, FlingCut, and sealants, from the most trusted and reliable international brands, all to make your life easier. Batimat, your trusted partner.
Batimat, welcome home.
Technology has always been at the forefront of our lives, and the way we use it has evolved drastically over the years. With the advent of 5G internet, we are entering a new era of technological innovation that promises to transform the way we live, work, and play. 5G internet is capable of providing data speeds up to 100 times faster than 4G, making it the ideal solution for streaming high-quality videos, playing online games, and downloading large files on the go. 5G internet is already transforming cities across the globe, powering smart cities, self-driving cars, and virtual reality experiences that were once thought impossible. 5G internet is also paving the way for Internet of Things, allowing for seamless connectivity between devices and the creation of a truly connected world. For the first time in the Gambia, QCell is bringing tomorrow's technology to you today with the launch of QCell 5G Internet. Get ready to experience the out-of-this-world wonders of QCell's 5G Internet. For more information, call 111. QCell. We innovate, others follow.
If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. We'll now shift our attention to some business news. In business news, the Al Bayrak Holding Alport Group, winning bidders of the Gambia Ports Concession Extension and Deep Sea Construction, held a press briefing at the Gambia Ports Authority in Banjul on Monday to update the media and the public about the project. Lena E. Igwenyiba reports.
The project is part of the government-approved public-private partnership to expand the port of Banjul and construct a new port in Sanyang village along the southern coastline of the Gambia. The briefing aims to initiate the construction process and ensure transparency by keeping the public informed about the project's current status. Mustafa Levent Adali, the coordinator of port investment for Al Bayrak, tells us about the project.
We are here to search and find what should be done in the port area and the keys to faster operations. Currently, operations are very slow. Vessel operations and yard operations are very slow. We are here to find out what type of constructions should be done in the yard, what type of constructions should be done in the quayside, and we are working on this. We are looking at the construction costs. Then we will give an offer to Port Gambia authorization, and we will make a contract with them. We really think Gambia Banjul Port is a very important port and has to do a lot of investments to Banjul Port so it can compete with the other ports, closer ports also, not only for Banjul but maybe for other hinterland also.
Public-private partnership is crucial for the sustainable management of the Gambia's port facilities to addressing climate-related challenges such as sea level rise, frequent dredging needs in Banjul, and the limited capacity for expansion and congestion in the capital city. Salih Levent Kaka, Deputy General Manager of Al Bayrak Holdings Alport Group, speaks about their preparedness for the implementation of this project and how it will benefit the country.
From the master planning study to full engineering design and execution works are all done under one umbrella, which is Al Bayrak. We have a full construction team and execution team, which even the dredgers that are required to do the dredging works in the port are in the ownership of Al Bayrak. We will come here with full equipment, which is a differentiating factor. And also whatever the revenue generated from this, the Gambian Ports Authority will benefit from it, because the more the generation of the revenues, the better income the Gambian Authority will have it.
Mr. Kaka further explains.
We are committed to the guarantee of about $17 million for the next 2-3 years of the horizon. And plus, during this operation, we will raise required capital funding for the construction, including from design, construction and execution, and also operation, maintenance and financing of the Sanyang port. The execution of the investment plan for the Banjul will take about 2-3 years time horizon. Then Sanyang will simultaneously be constructed.
The Sanyang port, when completed, is expected to alleviate congestion at the Banjul port and enhance connectivity with neighboring countries in the sub-region. Al Bayrak Holding Alport Group is a Turkish construction company renowned internationally in port management, construction, agriculture, public transportation, waste management, and real estate industries across Europe, Asia, and Africa. Reporting for QTV News, I am Lena E. Igwenyiba.
The Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized a day-long forum on Wednesday for women entrepreneurs to enhance the quality, durability, and export value of Gambian-made products. Lolly M. Kamara attended and filed this report.
The event brought together the private sector, government, and development partners to discuss and offer exports to boost brand identity of locally made products. Sarata Konate, the Chief Executive Officer of the GCCI, points out that the forum is of great significance to the Chamber, as it will help in the promotion of homemade brands to transcend to the global stage.
This is not just an event, it's almost like a beginning of a campaign. It's an affirmation of our collective strength, our resilience, our creativity that we're all going to reveal here today. We believe that together we are embarking on a journey towards greater prosperity, but for women. And I have no doubt that Made in the Gambia Forum today will be a milestone towards that journey.
Ms. Mandisa Mazhologu, the newly appointed UNDP residence representative, says the forum holds tremendous importance because the ideas and networks formed during the meeting will positively empower women to make meaningful contributions to their societies and inspire more women to confront business challenges and initiate solutions.
This initiative is pivotal in creating decent jobs and ultimately contributing to sustainable development in the Gambia. We as UNDP and the rest of the UN family have worked very closely with all of our partners to make sure that we design a new UN Sustainable Development Cooperation Framework for 2024 to 2028, which will contribute to the National Development Plan.
Fatu M. Damfa, Enterprise Development Officer at the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare, while highlighting some of the issues women entrepreneurs face, including access to financial services and a market to sell their locally made products, says the government recognizes the challenges these women face in the entrepreneurship sector and states some of her ministry's effort in supporting women.
The Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Welfare conducted a detailed assessment and needs existing management structures of 10 vegetable gardens, in addition to the technical support from UNDP. Projects will provide infrastructure such as fencing, boreholes, water points, and also two storage facilities in 2 strategic locations for men to store their products and enhance their marketing. The government of the Gambia recognizes the sustainability, economic, and social development of the country requires full participation of women and girls.
The Gambia business sector consists of about 115,000 micro, small, and medium-sized enterprises, and these contribute nearly 20% of our GDP. Among MSEMs, 98% operate as sole proprietors. As Gambian women from diverse business backgrounds gather to engage in discussions and share ideas on entrepreneurship and the branding of locally made products, organizers are hopeful that the forum will create lasting connections and partnerships that will drive positive change in our business landscape. For QTV News, Lolly M. Kamara.
The senior management and board of directors of the Gambia Ports Authority gathered for a retreat on Tuesday to take stock of the current state of GPA with a view to improving performance at one of the key state-owned enterprises. Aliou Cisse has more.
The retreat provides an opportunity for participants to look at the new strategic plan 2024-2027 to replace the 2019-2023 plan. They will also consider the 2024 budget, annual procurement plan, and corporate plan. The retreat is the first for the newly appointed GPA board, which its chairman, Keba Tamsir Sar, said will provide a unique platform to interact with senior management in the interest of the Ports Authority, as they will further consider the National Audit Report on the revenue leakage at the Traffic Department of the GPA and take appropriate action on all the audit findings and recommendations. Mr. Sar called for management's policies and strategies to be aligned with the evolving dispensation.
The board is appointed at a time when the authority is undergoing major transformation. First, in the governance environment with the promulgation of the new instruments by government, such as the State-Owned Enterprise Act, Performance Contract, and the establishment of the State-Owned Enterprise Commission. Another important aspect is the PPP concession being conceived to attract the new needed investment to improve efficiency at the Banjul port and the development of the new deep sea port in Sanyang. The authority is the number one state-owned enterprise. It has been so since its inception. For decades, it has placed the Gambia in the forefront of regional trade, and we must fight to regain and maintain the glory.
In a bid to improve performance in state-owned enterprises, the government signed performance contracts with the GPA and other SOEs. Usman Jobate, Managing Director of the Gambia Ports Authority, appealed to the board to engage the government in addressing the problem of cargo diversion to neighboring ports, which he admitted is affecting the business at the ports.
We have our challenges. We have our own misgivings, as I said. But if we harness our diversity, we'll have a good product. It's a small port and easy to develop. But the legacy that we want to leave behind should be our main motivation. So with that, I say, I welcome everybody and expect that by the time we go out of the retreat, some of the challenges as far as the policy issues are concerned, the board would assist the management in putting those in place. And then when we go back to our offices, as the chairman said, we'll make sure we deliver.
Sidi Jaite, Vice Chairman of the GPA board, advocated unity and teamwork among employees and departments of GPA to avoid any institutional conflict. It is hoped that the outcomes and recommendations of the retreat will be followed by effective implementation. Jibu M. Saidi, the Acting Communications Officer of the Gambia Ports Authority, moderated the event. Reporting for QTV News, I am Aliou Cisse.
Well, a bit of sports news. In the recently concluded AFCON draw, Gambia has been drawn in the same group with Senegal. We'll give you more updates on this in tomorrow's news bulletin. Before we end this bulletin, here's a recap of the headlines. The two accused over the murder of two police officers last month appeared at the High Court on Thursday. Lieutenant General Yankuba A. Drame formally handed over the baton of command of the Gambia's armed forces on Thursday to the new CDS, Major General Mamat O. Cham. The Gambia's Chief Justice Hassan B. Jallow welcomed 5 newly appointed magistrates to the bench during a formal swearing-in ceremony at his office in Banjul on Wednesday. The Al Bayrak Holding Alport Group, winning bidders of the Gambia Ports Concession Extension and Deep Sea Construction, held a press briefing to update the public about the project. The Gambia Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized a day-long forum for women entrepreneurs to enhance the quality of Gambian-made products. That's all we have for you in this bulletin, but don't forget to get interactive with us on social media. We want to hear from you. Forget to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter at QTV Gambia. Join us at 10 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thanks for watching.